Welcome flight crews, welcome aboard the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network. My name is Jason, and we are here in CQT. What the heck does that mean? Continuing Qualification Training for Coastal Aviators, and it's actually for anyone. If you're wondering what this channel is about, it's pretty simple. Learn something, do it right, and have fun. If you're about that, and you want to learn about aviation, or you want to get into aviation, and you want to maybe become an airline pilot, well, this is the right channel for you. Subscribe right now, because we're teaching you how to use Flight Simulator to help you be a better pilot in the future. So let's go ahead and jump in the flight deck here, and we are sitting in Salt Lake City International Airport, and we have a CQ. We just got done with briefing. Now we're coming into the simulator, so to speak. And in the briefing room, we talked about engine out and engine out procedures and what to do. Some airlines, well, most airlines, call an EO SID, which is an engine out SID. We're doing the same thing. At Coastal, we call an EFP, it's an engine failure procedure. We're going to go ahead and do, this is pretty complex at this airport, so there's actually 3 things to do depending on certain altitudes that you fly. We're probably going to have a failure below, right around 400 feet AGL, so we're looking at, well, basically drew a ring, a 17 nautical mile ring around this airport, and I'm going to go ahead and arm the terrain feature as well, because we want to stay away from these mountains as best we can. Anyway, you can see what's going to happen here. Pretty much flying straight. If we have an engine failure, which we will, we're going to continue on straight. We're going to hold V2 plus 20. And we're just going to fly the toga pitch bar until we hit our minimum altitude, minimum flap retraction altitude, and that's going to be about 5,300 feet here. It's about 1,000 feet above the airport elevation. Once we hit that, we'll go ahead and dial up our speed to flap up maneuvering speed. Okay, so when we get to flap up maneuvering speed, we'll go ahead and retract on schedule. If it's an engine fire, we're going to go ahead and let it burn until we can get a good stable aircraft. We're going to have to use rudder, obviously. Rudder trim in here, it's going to be pretty big. All right, so we are going to simulate a startle factor, so we're going to count to at least 3 seconds, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, before anything happens. And I am going to put these on flight. On continuous. Were they on continuous? I can't tell. Yeah, okay. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and try this thing, and we'll see how we do. All right, this is going to be a handful, folks. This is a 7.3, and your single engine pilot. Your single pilot. So this takes a while. So we're going to go ahead and bring up to 40%, and then 1. All right, there, and hold that. We'll let it stabilize. Okay, the airplane. Now we're going to go ahead and select toga. Here we go. And I'm going to push the nose over just a little bit as we increase speed. My hands are on the throttles. And takeoff thrust is set. .80 knots cross check. Relax that back pressure. Relax the forward pressure on the yoke. Salt Lake City, so the acceleration takes a little longer. V1. All right, we're going. There's rotate. Let's pull the nose up just a little bit of rudder. Get that rudder in there. Nice. Okay, I got positive rate of climb gear coming up. Back on that center line right there. We're just going to pitch up. A little bumpy here, folks. A lot of turbulence. Alright, we got a fire. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Silence the bell. Overheat detect. We got an engine 1 fire. Okay, 5,300 feet. We're there already. Let's go ahead and bug it up. Bug up the speed. We're going to continue straight. Let the airplane burn. I'm going to let the engine burn up. And now I would call Mayday. And actually, I would call for the QRH. So we're going to pitch down. And I can see it. Auto throttle's coming off. And I'm going to start reducing some thrust on that engine. right now. And as I do that, I'm going to have to push that right rudder in there. Flaps up, please. I still have power on the engine. I have a little bit of power that I'm using. Flaps all the way up now. And I'm going to actually trim some rudder in there. Alright, I'll stop. We'll call Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. We're going to run the QRC. And I'm going to engage the autopilot. So I'm going to say heading, hold. Alright, there it is. It's now full fire. So what I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and pull. And actually we're going to do a cutoff. And I'm going to get that thrust in there. We'll regain our altitude. I'm going to push that number 2 up. QRC says number 1. We'll verify number 1. We'll just do the idle thrust. Sorry. Barely on the climb. It's getting a lot of bumps. Okay, let's go ahead and shut off number 1. Pop it, and then wait. We'll see if that, I can't tell, but let me get this thing stabilized first, and then we'll go ahead and deal with our fire. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go heading select. And we'll go level change. I'm going to go Command A, and then I'm actually going to roll heading here just a minute. There we go, heading select. Set. Cancel that, electrical. Okay. Go ahead and burn. Alright, 2 bottles discharged. It's still on fire. Now we got to run QRH. It looks like the EGT's coming out or coming down. 17 miles. We're going to turn to a heading of 320. And I'll do that right about now. We're there. We're stable. We're in the climb. The airplane is doing good. Let's see how it turns. And then we're going to run the QRH. All right, let's go. Heading of 320 right now. We'll see how she turns with the dead engine. It shouldn't be too bad with this aircraft, but you got to watch it. And I'm just going to check my trim and make sure that didn't go haywire on me. Didn't. All right, while we're in the turn, I'm going to run the QRC, and then we'll pull the QRH. Okay, we got an engine fire. Auto throttle if engaged. We disengaged it. Thrust levers. Our affected engine confirmed cutoff. We've done that. Okay, fire engine. Engine fire switch affected. Confirmed pull. We did that. Manually unlock the engine. We've done that. Manually unlock the handle, that is. We're going to climb to 2,000. Nice turn. Okay, you can see that looming mountain ahead of us. That's pretty scary. The airplane is doing what I want it to do. It's nice. We're just monitoring that. Obviously, we would call Mayday already. We are in the climb, so that's good. We're doing a level change climb. I like it. Okay, back to this. Eliminated. If the engine fire switch or engine overheat light is illuminated, engine fire switch rotate to the stop and hold for 1 second. We did that. After 30 seconds, the engine fire switch or engine overheat light stays illuminated. Engine fire switch rotate to the other stop. We had to actually do that as well. So we actually burned 2 models on this one. All right. And then it says go to the QRH engine fire or engine severe damage or separation checklist. So we're going to head and do that now. Go ahead and reach down, get my iPad while the airplane is doing its thing. I'm monitoring everything. We're doing good. We're going to climb to 10,000 feet, folks. Everything is looking the way it needs to look. Right now, I've got I got 1,000 to go. Let's go ahead into our QRH. I'll pull that up for you to see. QRH, it says this. We've got engine fire. One or more of these occur. Engine fire warning. Airframe vibrations with abnormal engine indications or engine separation. Auto throttle, disengaged, done. Thrust levers, confirmed, closed. Engine start lever, confirmed, cut off. Fire engine fire switch, affected engine, confirmed, pull. Manually unlock the fire switch, press the override and pull. If the engine fire switch or engine overheat light stays illuminated, rotate to the other stop for 1 second. We've done that. If after 30 seconds the engine fire switch or overlight stays illuminated, engine fire switch, rotate to the other stop, hold for 1 second. Now I'm going to come up here and throw the APU on. I know we're going to get there, but you can see we have this trip off. Again, with two people, it's a little, there it goes. With two people, it's a little easier because one person's flying the aircraft, one person is handling the emergency. So in this particular case, if my FO, if the FO is flying, or if I was flying, I would say your flight controls all work the problem. So then they just concentrate on flying the aircraft. I'm going to go ahead and we're level. I'm going to pull thrust just a little bit. I'm probably going to hold 230-ish. I just like to be a little bit of buffer through that. We can, again, when we take some thrust out, we might have to readjust on the trim, but the autopilot seems to be doing a good job right now. Back to this. It says if airframe vibration occurs and continues after the engine shutdown without delay, reduce the speed and descend to safe altitude. We're good. Our vibration is 0. So the engine is, the engine's good to go. All right, isolation valve. We're going to go ahead and close that. Right up here, we're going to close the ISO valve. Closed. Pack switch affected side off. Left side's off. Okay. Now this causes the operating pack to regulate high flow. Of course it will. Okay. Engine APU bleed air switch is off. Choose one APU is available for start. Start it. We've done it. When the APU is running, we're going to go ahead and throw the generator on the other side. Sorry. All right. Now it kicked off on us just because. I'm going to go to the B side here. There we go. And just because when you engage, that would happen. All right. Go to step 11. We are going to go to step 11. It says this: balance fuel as needed. So you can see. We're gonna be pulling. We have number 1 out, so we're gonna be pulling fuel. We're gonna have an imbalance pretty quick on the other side. So there's gonna be too much fuel in our left side. So we're gonna have to balance that. When we get to about 1,000, we're getting there close. We're gonna go ahead and open crossfeed and do that whole thing as well. I'll show you. So we're just gonna come balance fuel. I'll just open the cross, and then we're gonna shut off the pumps right here and let it siphon from this side, right? Because there's too much fuel. You can either do it this way and that'll help, or you can do it both. And it's going to light a master caution fuel, clear it, and what it's doing now is going to be drawing fuel out of our left main into the right engine. And so you just got to work on that. That's it. It says transponder mode. We're going to go TA only. Right there. Again, we don't want any resolution advisories. We just want traffic alerts or traffic advisories. If wing anti-ice is needed, isolation valve switches to auto. We don't need that. Plan the nearest suitable airport, and we will go to the 1 engine inoperative landing checklist. We are done. All right, folks, that is it for this CQT, at least on this particular engine out SID. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Your hands are going to be full on this, folks. Understand that you're flying single pilot. It's very hard to do. Not easy to do all this by hand. This airplane was designed for 2 pilots, right? You could do it on 1 pilot, but it's tough, as you can see. But this airplane, once you get it under control, you get your headings right, you get the airplane stable and trimmed. It's pretty good. And I want you, my flight crews there at Coastal Airways, and you folks at home watching this, I want you to take your sim up and do the same thing. Our pilots at Coastal Airways have to do this. Every October we do a ton of different stuff. We've got engine failures. We've got basically a CQ program, a continuing qualification program. They have classroom briefing, and they do this. If you're interested, go to flycoastalairways.com and apply. After you read about it and see if it's the right fit. Again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you slam that subscribe button and the notification bell, because we stream every week and you don't want to miss that. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. We will see.